Hello everybody, welcome back to Wednesday Fitness. Today I'm going to share with you my 5-minute workout. So let's go ahead and work on those abs.
All right, so here I am demoing your first exercise, the Russian twist toe taps. Once you hear the bell, it is time to go. Make sure you push your belly button towards your spine and you're not leaning back so much that you start arching your back. You just want to lean back just enough until you feel your core engaged and your back is still stable, and you're able to maintain a fairly straight back. And it might be slightly curved, but it shouldn't be to a point where you're kind of anteriorly tilting your hips. So you just want it in neutral. Okay, so you're gonna see a 5-second countdown to let you know when this part of your exercise is over, and then I will do a demo, and then the timer begins, and this is kind of the way that we'll continue this workout. Keep it going, and remember, if you can't touch your toes, that's okay. Just reach for what you can, whether it's your shin or your knees, but as long as you are really rotating into this exercise, there you have it. Okay, next one is a long arm crunch. You're just gonna take your hands and reach above your knees. Now you'll see my hands come up a little higher over time. That if you find yourself getting fatigued, you don't have to come up too high, but the goal is to really work the recti abdominal. And the most important thing is to really go as high up as you can, lifting the shoulder blades off the ground and then bringing your head all the way back down. And remember to go with your breath. Exhale up, inhale down. Okay, inhale, exhale, and just reach up. Perfect. Just like that. Fantastic work. And keep it going. Really important too is to make sure that your feet are pointed forward, that they're not externally rotated. That can also cause some issues with your hip joints if they're not aligned. So just make sure that you're pointing them forward. Push the small of your back into the floor to really engage the pelvic floor, but also where you aren't putting too much pressure on that low back. Great job. The next demo is a marching crunch. Make sure to pull your belly button towards your spine, pushing that spine into your mat, keeping a neutral back. Here we go. Good job. Okay, one of the most important things in this exercise is to make sure that your core is totally engaged. Every single time you're inhaling and exhaling, you are not releasing your abs. You're maintaining contraction, and every contraction is almost feeling like it's getting tighter, like a zipper is pulling that belly button towards that spine, and you're feeling it in the lower pubis area. And that will be more of your lower abdominal muscles really engaging, and making sure that your feet are in a tabletop position and you're flaring your feet towards the sky so that the heels are dropping. You don't want to extend the leg. You actually want to keep it bent the entire time to really maintain full connection between your core and your breathing. So really make sure that you're focusing on that. And the next exercise is a side hip dip. Once you hear the bell, go ahead and start. You can go ahead and adjust as needed, but really important when you're doing this is to make sure that your knees are aligned with each other and that you are making kind of a straight line between your feet to your head and your spine. Even though my head is slightly tilted forward because I'm looking at the ground, you just make sure that from your shoulder on, it's all a straight line. Another important thing is to make sure that your elbow is directly underneath that shoulder. So that way you're really maintaining full support of those joints so that they're not misaligned and we're not putting undue pressure on the glenohumeral joint, which is your shoulder joint. And then you're just dropping your hip down and lifting it up as high as you can get them. Fantastic work. Keep it going. And you've got a minute on here. And every single time you inhale, you're at your neutral. And then when you exhale, it's at the exertion. Okay, so let's flip over and we're going to do this other side. Awesome. All right, same concept. not anything different. These are the 5-minute on each. If you felt like that was super easy, feel free to repeat, but these are really good ones for, you know, runners, because it definitely works all of these muscle groups that we talked about in my previous video. So I hope that this encourages you, and if it has, feel free to like and subscribe. And I am excited to continue sharing more fitness videos, but also just health and wellness in general, just to maintain our bodies. Well, you're doing great. You have a few more seconds to go. Keep at it.
If you guys enjoyed that 5-minute ab workout, make sure to like and subscribe so you guys can see more workout videos, and also be able to see the rest of the content that I'll be putting up in the near future. And feel free to share this with any of your friends if you found it helpful, and may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care, guys. Bye.